Jack owns up.
For the rest of the day, the machines worked really carefully. Everyone except for Ned. He didn't want to cause an accident and get sent back to the yard. Not to worry, Ned, said his operator. I'll make sure you won't back into anything. And that made Ned feel a bit more better. Soon enough, Ned was enjoying himself. He rolled carefully around the warehouse. Oh boy, he said. Jack was enjoying himself too. He wasn't being careful at all. Until he saw Jack racing along roughly, he felt very concerned. Slow down, Jack. You might have an accident. Said Jack, feeling full of himself. Thomas saw Jack racing roughly too. He hoped that Jack wouldn't end up in disgrace. Jack did end up in disgrace. He ran over some slate which fell into pieces. Blistering buckets, he cried. Jack looked all around. No one noticed that his operator or anyone else broke the slate. Jack knew he had been very naughty indeed, but he didn't want to get sent back to the yard. So instead of saying anything, he just stayed away. It wasn't until Ned arrived, and he didn't see the broken sled until it was too late. His operator noticed it too. Ned, you knocked over the slate. I didn't knock over slate, said Ned. It wasn't me. But there was nothing he could do. His operator would have to tell Miss Jenny, and Ned knew he had to be sent to the yard. As soon as Miss Jenny found out, Ned was passed on to Thomas's flatbed. Alfie watched him go, just as Jack arrived. Where's Ned going? Jack wondered. He's being sent back to the yard after some slates have been knocked over, said Alfie. Jack looked at Alfie, and he also looked at Ned. Jack knew he had to make a decision. What are you doing, Jack? Asked Alfie, but Jack didn't reply. Wait, Miss Jenny, Jack called. Miss Jenny and the operator looked at Jack. Please, ma'am. Ned wasn't responsible for that accident. I was the one who caused all of that. And Jack explained everything. Miss Jenny was not pleased that Jack had caused that accident, but was glad that he owned up to it. It was brave of you to own up, she said. But what should I do with you? Jack sighed. Send me back to the yard, I suppose. As soon as Jack was loaded onto the flatbed, he spoke to Ned. Sorry you were blamed for my accident, said Jack. I should have owned up earlier. That's all right, Jack, said Ned. However, I'm pleased that it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Well done, Jack, said Thomas. Even though you caused an accident, you made the right choice of up to it and preventing Ned from getting sent back to the yard. Jack knew that Thomas was right, and he felt good about it, but felt down that he didn't own up to the accident. As Thomas pulled Jack back to the yard, Jack knew he had a lot to think about. I sure hope he will. Do you?